Welcome to a special coffee with yours truly, Dragon, Rainbow Dragon. This is March 24th, 2:20 p.m. EST in Hawk Island, Montreal. This second part of the Trinity Triple Series Coffee with Dragon special theme, the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, as the solution to the corporate financial global order, which has been established since 1984. So the theme, the special cup of coffee, is the Dancing Goddess and Dragon Kingdom with the respective complementary institutions, the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Army, Security and Service, along with the International Integrated Dance League, the Dancing Goddess Army, as the solution to the corporate financial global order. So the theme for this cup of coffee is Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom with the respective complementary, cooperative and covenant institutions of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Army, and the International Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, as the complementary, as the solution to the corporate financial global order. First, I'm going to say a meditation, being grateful, thankful for my rent is paid, my electricity bill is paid, and half of my phone bill is also paid. And to that trinity of bills, food, got food, and this cup of coffee, I'm grateful, thankful. This cup of coffee that I'm gonna ingest to give me the energy to continue carry on with this 22 journey, special revolution rite, which have began March 20th, and this is the fourth day here in this Thursday, 24th of March, first week of spring. I'm grateful, thankful that my rent is paid, electricity bill is paid in full, half of my phone bill, and got food to, at least in theory, even if I don't acquire, purchase, or receive any other food items, in theory, with everything that I have in this underground room house and temple, will last me until April 10th, when the 22 journey, special revolution rite, will end with the march in Mount Royal. I'm grateful for this cup of coffee, which of course comes from a red berry, and originally the black coffee bean comes in a red berry, and as all ALL fruits, vegetables, and legumes on planet Earth, even now they're growing from the ground, fertile black earth, the golden sun rays and the water. All fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. A lot of people don't like the word goddess, too much God. I got a goddess it in order to balance it, scale it, and the scales and the equilibrium, the harmony. So I got a goddess it, Godds. All fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, produced, and created by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun, Mother Nature, the greatest artist and the greatest scientist. And of course, harvested by my brothers and sisters, farmers, who harvest these fruits, legumes, and vegetables that are produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother sun. Now, of course, on a macro scale, light and heat of the sun is being shed. It's a rainy day, cloudy day here in Hawk Island, Montreal metropolis, island of 2.5 million people, big metropolitan center. And of course, the sun is shining now throughout Canada, from east coast to the west coast, here on the east coast, all the way to the west coast, to the United States of America, where yours truly was an American twice in past lives, 156 years ago that way. 718 miles served in the U.S. Army. All the way to Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Panama, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Chile, Peru, Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, of course the islands, Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, North America, Central America, and South America, on all the American continent, north, central, south. The sun is shining as this moment. It is 2:25 p.m. here. At 3 o'clock, we're gonna break for just a little bit of incense and meditative spiritual moments. And the sun is shining, of course, now on this macro level, although here it's cloudy. The sun is still shining. There's clouds, water clouds. Of course, the mystery and the scientific processes that create the water and the condensity and in the atmosphere, the stratosphere, the toposphere. And the sun is, of course, shining on all the America, North America, Central America, South America at this moment in time, making and creating fruits. Of course, spring, first week of spring here in North America. Saw the beautiful birds coming back yesterday on my March, third March in a row for world peace in steel toe shoes, because my steel toe boots lost the soul, not the soul as in the spiritual, mystical, occult, esoteric aspect, but is in the S-O-L-E, the soul part, bottom part of the left. So I said when it's in the snow out there still on this 24th of March in Hawk Island, Montreal, Canada, I said I'm not gonna get my left foot too wet. Gonna steel toe shoes. Looking for anybody to finance yours to these steel toe boots so I can dance. Difference between me and other dancers is yours truly dances in steel toe boots. So yesterday went on my third march for world peace in a row, clocked in 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday, Wednesday. Today I'm just gonna clean, right, and do art here in my underground room off some temple. And of course, the march to combined 13.3 hours. Combined 13.3 hours. 13.3 hours combined of marching. Leaders of the free world. Question to the leaders of the free world. When was the last time you marched in steel toe boots? Because of course I'm calling the leaders of the free world to Hawk Island, Montreal. Just gonna sip of coffee. I'm grateful, thankful for this cup of coffee. Kiss the hands of the farmers and give a massage, a little neck rub, which I would need right now. To the truckers who transported this weather, because it doesn't say the country of origin of this cup of coffee, but of course it could be from Latin America, could be from Africa, it could be from, of course, Vietnam, from Asia. Mystery. I know it's dark, rich dark roast, rich dark roast, rich dark roast, but it doesn't say the country of origin. In my video yesterday, of course, I do this meditation and I do the creative art of me calling the CEO of the corporation, who since 2007 gets millions of dollars a year plus an annual $1 million, $2 million, whatever bonus, 500,000, 700,000 bonus plus the millions he gets annually to be the CEO, chief executive officer or CFO, chief financial officer of the corporation. And this cup of coffee comes from a company which is a subsidiary of a big multinational corporation. So yours truly here today, admit I'm in debt, $10,000. I'm triple vaccinated, open for business. That's it for me. Triple. That will do it. Another booster. I had COVID. I believe I survived it. Was very sick. All the symptoms of COVID at the beginning before mass testing was available, of course. And I do encourage people to keep hygienic. Encourage people to stay hygienic and wash their hands. Please, brothers and sisters. I've noticed a lot. Go in the bank, ATM, use the ATM machine, use the teller, and I did another meditation. I said, how many before I used it? Yesterday I took $5, and now I'm in the minus 490 because I can get up to 500. Protection, pay $4. Overdraft fee protection. How many of us admit that we're financially, economically, financially, commercially struggling? Let's fucking admit it. Most of us, a lot of us, we're fucking struggling economically, financially, commercially, right? It's a few that have the capital, and the economic, financial, commercial. Sure, there are rich people who make it in the system. They are. I'm not denying that fact. I'm not a communist. I'm not a fascist. I'm the universal revolutionary centrist. I firmly believe at this point in time, where we have a recent with COVID and everything going on in the world, I do firmly believe, and I'm not perfect, don't play self-righteous. I got issues, got vices, got lusts, get upset, get moody. I admitted yesterday and I will admit it today. Yeah, I watched a little bit of pornography during the weekend. I masturbated. I got lusts. I got vices. You know. Anyways, and I am LGBTQ, of course. I'm not perfect. Don't play it self-righteous. But as with all the imperfections and the vices and the lusts that do have aggression, do have anger, do have violence within me, I channel it, channel it, channel it. One of the things that I'm proud of is channeling these past years with my on my fitness journey, and it's still ongoing. Working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. I encourage it. I would support it. And I'm calling the CEOs, rich elites in the NFL. I'm going to say patriarchal, patriarchal, patriarchal because since due to the fact that there's no women's sports league, let's be honest, that makes even close to the economics, financial, commercial to what the patriarchal sports league make. NFL, National Football League, don't you tell me that Colin Seeb is the only LGBTQ player on the field. He's perhaps the bravest, freest motherfucker on the motherfucking field. But he's not the only LGBTQ player. That is for sure. He's not the only. It took 70 years, imagine. It took me a few years to be on the open. I celebrated 7 years ago. Right? I've lost economic, financial, commercial opportunities and sorry, this and that, due to that fact. It's a fact. It's like there's racism, and we have it in our heart. We gotta admit it. I admit I dealt with being jealous, being resentful, the darkest aspects of one's psyche and emotions. I still deal with it sometimes as a universal spiritual teaching student, and I just say that I don't want to. On no spiritual teacher, and I'm a teaching student because I'm learning every day. Mother Nature is the greatest artist and the greatest scientist. And the motto of the dancing goddess army is all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. You don't have to accept that. That's a more spiritual, philosophical way of putting it. Spiritual, mystical, goddess, right? Attributing the goddess status to Mother Nature, which I do, planet Earth, right? An entity, mysterious, powerful, and everything that we know, and so much that we don't know, underneath and all the secrets of this kingdom of goddess that dances with a bird, the sun, the fertility, and to make and produce and create all fruits, vegetables, and legumes that are my brothers and sisters harvest for us to make, upgrade, or maintain civilization. Because with food, we build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. And again, I call it a heart to the big corporations. I saw the other day, I got myself a $1 chocolates from Switzerland. Yeah, there is this place where there's a $1 100-gram chocolate, and it's actually from Switzerland. And I had $3, and I got 3 pieces for my movie night Wednesday. So I got with $3, 300-gram chocolate bars from Switzerland, Switzerland, the country of Switzerland. I'm not gonna say where. I'm not gonna name because again, no sponsorship, no commission whatsoever. I'm still waiting for that first dollar donation via PayPal. Probably gonna wait another 7 years. Anyway, it's like my video yesterday. I said I got 7 years to get through to the chief financial officer, CEO of the private corporation. Finally gets back to me. He doesn't even know. He can just tell me that it's possible that the coffee bean, this rich dark roast brand, comes either from Brazil because they import 30% from Brazil, either from Colombia because they import 20% from Colombia, or either 15% from Costa Rica because they import from those 3 countries mainly, and then the rest could be from a mixture of countries: Vietnam, Uganda, Ivory Coast, Honduras, Guatemala, Bolivia, Peru, whatever. So it doesn't have the precise information. Of course, there is the information in real time, the information with the details and the knowledge, the full knowledge, or the location, precise to the detail, where the bean, originally the red berry, comes from the ground and it's harvested, and who harvested it, and all this knowledge exists in the temporal space that we inhabit, right? I don't know at all. I have more questions than answers. In a parallel life, science, innovation, and technology is my chosen path, where supercomputers, ICBM rockets, micro gadgets, satellites, NSO Pegasus style little tricky things, all that is my universe. In this, philosophy, poetry, theory, physicality, the irrational, sexual, emotional, psychosexual dynamics, philosophical dynamics, the philosophical, artistic, irrational, spiritual, emotional, irrational, sexual, philosophical, political, physical aspects of life is my path in this. I'm trying to connect with that parallel self where only rationality and logic and cold calculations and science and innovation and technology is my chosen path. In that parallel life where I spent my youth in Germany and migrated as a young adult, the age of 22 in Israel, and then moved between the scientific worlds of Israel, NASA, USA, Canada, and European Union, and Japan, and beyond, and where only science, innovation, and technology, and mathematics, and computers, micro gadgets, smartphones, satellite telecommunication satellites, gadgets, software is my path, is my universe in that parallel life. In this, philosophy, poetry, art, theory, psychosexual theory, philosophical theory, political theory, financial theory, and physicality on this fitness journey where I've lost more than 77 pounds. Please, with these dragon divergencies, diverging between subject, it's called dragonisms. Call it a heart to the corporations. I've seen Monday such a waste of food. And the worker told me about 3 carts worth of food with meat, with bread, with pastries, discarded daily just from that one location of this big supermarket. I'm not gonna name it, but there's many. Imagine, and that's the policy. That's the policy. That's the policy. Gotta change from above, from the corporate system. And sometimes it doesn't change from above. Sometimes it's gotta come from above and from below and from the middle, from the left, from the right, and the universal revolutionary centrist, which my theory, citizen integration theory, debt refusion theory, and democratic fusion theory are. But that's the policy. So at least give it to the employees, to the workers. They make close to minimum wage. Right? Discard it. They can bring it home. It's still good. Hasn't expired yet. Expires in a few days. Best before date is not past due. It can still be in 6 months. Even if it's canned goods, to a year. Even more. After the best before date. So you got to make a distinction between best before and expire date. Expire date, better not eat it a long time after the expiry date or on the expiry date proper. Best before date, it means that it can still have 3 months, 6 months, even a year or more survival and still be good, not harmful. Best before date and expiry date. That's a distinction and we gotta make. But I've seen so much waste. I was appalled. A big cart full of, I saw chicken, I saw it was meat, cold cuts. I said, oh man, I wish I could put that in my fridge. I am economically, financially, commercially struggling right now. There's millions. Let's admit it, man. A lot of us, I have a debt, only one debt. 10,000, 9,977. So almost 10,000, right? Almost 10,000. Almost 10,000. Almost 10,000. Imagine. Almost 10,000 in debt. Admit it. Canada, US, North America. The middle class since 2007, the great financial crisis, and I was working on the front lines. Where are we at, man? Where you at? Solutions. Problems. And in some circumstances, I admit it. I am mediocre. I am below average. I fucking suck. Even fucking useless at certain things to do. I'm getting better at a lot of things. I said during COVID in my videos that I felt fucking useless. That I've never farmed in this life. Many other incarnations by the Nile, by the Euphrates, by the river Danube. I did farming. But even in this life, I farmed urban farming, micro farming. So I planted, sowed, did everything, and even ate from the fruits of my labor, from the harvest, from the black, fertile earth, and did the sowing, put the seeds, watered, and put it in, was an open space in the Montreal Hawk Island, a little plot of land and surrounded by big high-rise buildings, right in the urban center, but still the sun was able to shine and the sunlight was able to shine and get through the earth to have it there, to have the light necessary of the sun. As all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made by that black fertile earth with the water and the mysterious nutrients and elements in it within the earth and the light and the life and the heat of the sun. It's a science, the science of it. The motto of the dancing goddess army is more philosophical, mystical, spiritual. That all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. That our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest for us to make, upgrade, or maintain civilization. Hopefully maintain, if not upgrade. My brothers and sisters, freedom and democracy for who? I mean, it's freedom and democracy, but this economic, financial, commercial inequalities, my brothers and sisters. I mean, ain't no way, man. With all the flaws, and I got vices, I got lust. Yesterday I went on my march, I got lustful. I saw 3 times I got lustful. I'm like, God damn. Wish I could do me some good loving, because that's what I could use some now. Now I could use some good loving. To all my willingly loving allies and armies, kisses God from the goddess who dances with a brother sun, credited with the condition to freely distribute willingly loving allies and armies. One kiss, the goddess who dances with a brother received brother sun. Goddess who dances with her brother sun received one kiss from the goddess of starlit heavens above. And that one kiss trickled down to 156 trillions of kisses. Kisses got, money don't. My rent's paid, electricity bill is paid, half of my phone bill is paid, I'm open for business. My brothers and sisters, with all the vices and the moodiness and the anger and my rapping underground, let me start rapping a delicious, disturbing diatribe. Poetry rap, poetic rap. My brothers and sisters, with all the fucking vices and lusts and mistakes, spent many years, one foot in the streets, the other foot in the libraries, which the libraries I've made them my second home, and the tens of thousands of books, my friends, and wrote tens of thousands of pages of poetry, philosophy, theory, art, songs, chant, tens of thousands. With all the imperfections that I have, with all the vices and the lust I do have, I am for the greater good, and this I'm gonna say, ain't no way that during COVID, this past holiday season, which many of us have just been through, tough economic, financial, commercial, financial, economic, tough holiday season for many families, especially families. Ain't no way that if I would have had millions of dollars, that I would have not financed, gotten myself into it with others. Get a few trucks, load them up with, especially candies for the kids, sweets for the kids, gifts for the children, and food relief. So I don't have to max out their credit cards, who's already maxed out. The majority of the families across Canada, North America, USA as well. Probably North America. Because gotta act local, think global, think global. I'm a global citizen, universal LGBTQ citizen, got a universal heart. But ain't no way that if I would have had millions, that I would have been that selfish to not give a list for the children, for the kids. No way. And believe me, I'm far from perfect. I don't play the self-righteous writing from a piece of paper like the leaders of the free world. Somebody else wrote for them. The leaders of the free world. You know, I'm dragging to take orders from a leader of the free world. I mean, what army? What army, bro? An army that's repressed. I don't want to be part of no armed security force that represses, sublimates, channels, yes. Repressing feelings, sexuality will make us sick and diseased, make us to our sublimate channel, transform workplace into play and art. Play. Sometimes, of course, this we gotta discern XYZ. We gotta discern, ask questions. But leaders of the free world are reading from a piece of paper, man. See the leaders of the free world go in front of the camera. Somebody else wrote for them. Tell us that we're in a crisis, that we need more actions. Most of the politicians ain't gonna have my passion. He's got more money for a PR, public relations agency, ad campaign, private jet, and to get that suit and tie. It'll be too tight for me. It's too tight. Yeah, loosen up. But ain't no way. I mean, a tough economic, financial, commercial system which we've just been through. And if I would have had millions, that would have been that selfish to not give at least 10%. So from a million, 10% would have been 100,000. Especially first and foremost the children's toys, gifts, candies for the holiday season, December. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. How many gave? CEOs. How many? My brothers, sisters. CEOs, you don't need another house. You got seven. You got 7 houses, 7 cars. Do you need another? Freedom and democracy for who, baby? Stock market, buy, sell, 2:48 p.m. Who's buying, who's selling, who's trading what, where, who, what, man? Freedom and democracy for who? Freedom is a double-edged sword. I admit, my tiny hands too heavy to lift by my SOLO. Perhaps if my sister helps. Second thought, my sister can lift her by herself. Solo, she can lift it. My brothers and sisters. Where are we moving 21st century? And I don't have all the solutions, all the answers. I spent many years, one foot in the library, learning, reading, writing, the other foot in the streets, struggling as an independent artist, activist, and athlete. AAA, world peace advocate, universal spiritual teaching student, because I'm learning every day. And I don't want to be part of, say that only spirituality and not offer. Foremost, my willingly loving allies and armies, whether you accept my spiritual teachings or philosophical teachings, political teachings. I don't offer them a good goddamn massage or offer a kiss. You want some kisses got a kiss overtime, 9 to 5. Overtime, extra time. Just kiss all day. Take some breaks, lunch breaks, coffee breaks, working out, marching with it, writing. These free leaders of the free world politicians don't even say I love you, man. So if it's not from love, and love is action, I don't want to think about it. I spent years going to different organizations and struggled and proposed proposals and Nothing, and bureaucracy and red tape and frustrations and gossip, gossip, gossip. Like in the workplace, or gossip. That's what we do, man. That's gossip gonna empower us, gonna help us. Sometimes it's better to be straightforward and direct. As much as I am philosophical, intellectual, cosmopolitan, sophisticated, as much as I am that, sometimes straightforwardness and directness is best. Gossip in the workplace, in the area, what's that gonna do? Sometimes because we don't admit, right? We don't admit. I admit a lot of things. A lot of people do not admit. Right? We struggle, whatever we wrestle with, whatever it is, whether sexuality, whether racism, right? What do? Admit it so we harm none. So we have these feelings, man. When you feel like that, we generalize, right? We do this, and then we gossip, gossip. Well, he does this, she does that. He does this, she does that. He does this, she does that. He does, she does, he does. Well, what do you do? What do you offer? Depend. Give you an example. So I went to different organizations, whatever beliefs, and just complaining. What is that gonna do? We had to complain, and I could complain and fucking complain and say, well, and it's true, I did experience anti-LGBTQ, I experienced homophobia online. I pride myself and take pride in this. Yours truly, Adrian H. Dragon, who died during COVID, did not block one person on social media yet. Not one. I want to be the first. Not one person has yours truly blocked on social media yet. I have not, I pride myself in this. I have not blocked, BLOCKED, blocked one person yet on social media. Fact. 2:52 at 3 we're gonna burn some incense with spiritual meditation. I have not blocked one person on social media. Also take pride in my YouTube videos with the laptop. Not the best quality in terms of the camera, but I've played with it with the settings and with it. But I guess it's more about the less superficial quality of the video, and it's more about the actual message that I'm conveying, that I'm expressing, and that I'm calling all willingly living to support the mission, vision, and philosophy thereof. And my brothers and sisters, ain't no way that I would have been that selfish if I would have been a millionaire during the tough economic, financial, commercial season for many, not all, as a multi-millionaires. Prices of food increasing, not gonna feel it. Prices of gas increasing, not gonna feel it. Right? Everything, all the prices have been increasing, man. I mean, COVID now, even now, with the thing that's going on in the world. I am a world peace advocate, independent artist, athlete, activist, AAA, universal spiritual teaching student. Fundamentally, in essence, primarily, I'm the world's greatest living, dancing millennial rainbow poet. And a philosopher with some brain and some muscle, some action. I've been disillusioned, I've been to being depressed, suicidal, low aspects of self. Only 7 years mark this past Halloween since I'm out as being androgynous, pansexual. Suffered, struggled. Organizations, bureaucracy, red tape, too much sophisticated, cosmopolitan, bureaucratic language to just say no. Well, what am I gonna do? I stayed in bed, depressed, suicidal, feeling sorry for myself. Yeah, I did that. Then I started working out. Said this Scorpio gets his orders from a child Leo. So this Scorpio gets his orders from a child Leo. The Scorpio gets his orders from a child Leo. So that child started saying, nobody's born a dragon. You become one. And that's the motto of the Dragon Army. I said, what? I said, nobody's born a dragon. You become one. And through blood, sweat, and tears, marching in steel-toe boots for years. Thousands of push-ups, thousands of squats, thousands of hawks turned my A, that A, in my surname into an O. Now freedom and democracy, if somebody inherits millions of dollars from his father, man, don't remember remember my father. Don't remember. Paradoxically, maybe providential in a parallel way, remember mostly the 11 years here in this Hawk Island, Montreal. Good moments, bad moments, some years of depression and being suicidal and loneliness, and still reading, learning, acquiring the people's doctorate, people's PhD, people's doctor. Dragon therapy. Working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be therapy for me. Still challenging Donald Trump to a boxing match on the Canadian-US border. You know, Dragon's fists make Trump's nose grow like Pinocchio. Yo, bro, Kanye sing that, yo. Dodo, Lolo. Sometimes I'm a ho-yo. Ain't no way that I would have been that selfish. I would have had millions to not give, especially to the children. For the children's gifts, toys, candies, gifts in a non-sectarian. The dancing goddess in the dragon kingdoms to accept securing food, housing, and transport, ensuring and securing freedom for all citizens, supporters, subjects thereof. A non-sectarian philosophy. You don't have to believe my spiritual teachings in the philosophy. Ensuring and securing freedom. And freedom, democracy, for who? Also, right? Have degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom, right? Have different characters. You have to, as much call for unity in the plurality as my expression in the social, philosophical, political expression and scientific of the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism is 2 + 2 = 4. But doesn't mean that we have to write it all in black or all in white or in red. The official color of the Dragon Army is red, green, the goddess, dancing goddess army. We write it in first 2, we can write it in green, the plus 1 line black, the other white. The other 2 we can write it in red, and the equal 1 line black, the other white. And then the 4 we can write 1 line in orange, the other purple, the other in blue. So we can have all the colors of the rainbow plus the black and the white in the 2 + 2 equation. As we take it into account our different cultures, different upbringings, different skills, all this bringing into a unity. That hopefully you're gonna upgrade the civilization. Upgrade the civilization that we're in. And my brothers and sisters, ain't no way again that if I would have had millions, that would have been that selfish. How many of the CEOs, they rushed back to business, COVID, pre-COVID, real fast. Pre-COVID, real fast. Real fast, man. I understand better than most the economic, financial, commercial pressures to restrict, limit our freedom or our independence or our creativity, even or XYZ can be enormous. Can be enormous, right? Can be enormous. CEOs, corporations, multinationals, and patriarchal sports league, NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, are making millions of dollars a year, man. Calling them to support the creation of the International Integrated Dance League, Dancing Goddess Army, with Pleasure and purpose integrated all dance skill levels, all bodies. We have some can have competition, but cooperative, more cooperative than competitive. Be cooperative competitions in dance, with professional dancing, of course. I'm calling the cheerleaders' salaries to be tripled, and have been calling for it. I rush back to business as usual, like pre-COVID. Personally, I do not want to go back to anything that I was pre-COVID. Just moving forward. Speaking of moving forward, it is 3 p.m. So what we'll do is just gonna go light some incense. So this will not put a pause. Put a pause. We're just gonna keep it running and fast forward. Nobody watches my videos anyways, but I'm gonna need 5 minutes. I'm just gonna go spring cleaning, purify this room of some temple with some incense for the goddess that dances with the brother sun, and for calling names among thousands of names unknown, sunrises, sunsets. Mother Nature, the trees are bigger than my tiny piece of dust, although dancing piece of dust. Past life by the Nile, city of the pyramids, temples and tombs, tombs and temples, city of the pyramids, temples and tombs of initiation. Don't ask me, I was there in the past lives, many past lives in ancient Egypt. Read Genesis chapter 50 while I'm gone. Read Genesis chapter 50 while I'm gone. Read Genesis chapter 50 while I'm gone. I need more coffee. 3 minutes. Back in business. You read Genesis chapter 50? Write in the comments, and my official volunteer representative, Retziela Yeowork, my official volunteer representative, Retziela Yeowork, my official volunteer representative, Retziela Yeowork, will instruct, direct, bless you in my name. Keep my holy, sacred, and divine name, Adrian Hana Dragon, out of your mouth if it's not for a blessing. Keep my holy, sacred, and divine name, Adrian Hana Dragon, out of your mouth if it's not for a blessing. Keep my holy, sacred, and divine name, Adrian Hana Dragon, if it's not for a blessing. Thank you for understanding. Fly now. I understand. You have millions of dollars annual salaries, CEOs of corporations, players, patriarchal, because there are women, a few only, individual sports women who do make economically, financially, commercially what male athletes make, but only a few. How many? Can we count them on the fingers? How many can you name who make a few millions a year? Only a few, let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. How many women make in sports? Women, not even close. Women's hockey, a few $1,000s a year. Did any of the sports of the four leagues did say, yo, our sisters, man, they've been playing good soccer, they've been playing good basketball, they've been playing good hockey. We make so many millions, man. Let's with the union, whatever the fuck. Let's boost them up a little bit. Let's give them some. How many? Zero. Motherfucking zero, man. Zero. Or maybe a little. Only a few. Yeah. I know. God, right? Well, if I die tonight, get struck by thunder, COVID, friends send me texts. Let's see. New cases are up. COVID, coronavirus. Four days, new cases almost triple here in Quebec. My friend sent me a text. See? triple vaccinated. Still wear a mask. I like wearing a mask. Probably more real, as we all wear different masks, right? At different points in different settings. Like XYZ, ZYX, YZ, YZ, YZX, right? Hygiene, brothers and sisters, when you go out. I was doing the meditation. I went, took my $5 out from the bank. They gave me 3 chocolate bars at $1 from Switzerland. That's I could afford. It was good though, very good. Grateful for it. Thank you. I was meditating. I got there in the evening already. How many people touched the screen and the numbers and used it? Maybe 50, 100, maybe more. Right? Who touched it? I don't know the personal hygiene. And right now I'm in my underground room off Sun Temple. Right? I'm in my underground room off Sun Temple. In theory, 3:12 p.m. EST. Turn this video off, get naked and start dancing to Michael Jackson music or Madonna music or Tekashi 6ix9ine music. Start dancing naked. I can even record it. Record it. You don't want to see my little androgynous little scar-clit dick. You don't want to see my little androgynous scar-clit dick. You don't want to see my little androgynous scar-clit dick, right? However, I could do it. I don't have an OnlyFans, but I could record it even dancing naked. I'll dance naked for world peace for $1 million. I'll dance naked for an hour for world peace for $1 million. We'll dance naked 77 minutes for the goddess Dance with a Brother's Son. 77 holy verses from a book wrote by a fool. Written. Wrote as I wrote, written by a fool. He wrote, it was written by a fool. 77 minutes, $1 million, we'll dance naked for world peace. $1 million which will go 1/3 to my sister, who's a great artist, and to paint some more. Encourage her to paint. 1/3 from the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, and 1/3 for LGBTQ, community services, food security, and environmental issues. That's what I'll do. The money. $1 million. Yours truly dances naked for 77 minutes on whatever music. If I put this video on, if this be the last video that I do put on YouTube, let me know that if COVID increases, I mean I'm triple vaccinated, but mutates, Omicron, can mutate, variants, subvariant of Omicron, can mutate even more, right? Could mutate even more. I could get it again. I'm triple vaccinated. Do wash my hands in public. If I could die, they said that I said goddess, also goddess, G-O-D-D-S-S. You know, God without no goddess, man. Because if we are gonna have balance, equilibrium, and harmony, sisters rising, we gotta also say the word goddess. And my brothers and sisters, also need action, love, right? It needs to be balanced. Forces. Force in itself, it's not evil or bad. It's like fire. The use or abuse or misuse. Words, energy, well, you can use it to do great things. from this work, workout, train, exercise, which has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. I've been calling for the mass financing thereof by a public-private partnership. The Dragon Army on the ground, east, west, north, south, have a have a also have that purpose. Encourage people an active lifestyle, workout, train, exercise. My eye, left eye. Yesterday was the right eye. Now it's this left eye. Stop throwing dirt, poison, and filth in my eye, brother. You got enough of that piece of ass. Don't just ask. Solutions. I don't have all the solutions, but I do firmly believe, without a doubt, that my trinity of theories, the citizen integration theory, debt refusion theory, and democratic fusion, are best at this point in time in order to create a new world order of world peace, international justice, secure and ensure global freedom, and attaining harmony between civilization and nature, and nature, nature, by the creation of the two complementary covenant cooperative institutions: the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Army, and the International Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army. Dragon Army to secure food, housing, and transport for all citizens, supporters, allies, and subjects thereof, the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. And after that, those three are secured: food, housing, and transport. That will secure and ensure freedom for all citizens, allies, supporters, and subjects thereof. Food, housing, and transport secured, east, west, north, south. Here from North America first. Then after that trinity is secure, we can work on the services. Service, fourth dimension to that trinity of food, housing, and transport. Services. Whatever services can be offered and on demand. Whatever one can do. I can, for example, I can cook, I can clean, I can dance, I can massage, I can read to children or to adults, I can spank, I can kiss, I can massage, I can work out, train, exercise, I can do X, Y, Z, and you can do Z, Y, X, and he, she, they can do Z, Y, Z. On demand, consent and hygiene, with consent and hygiene, with consent and hygiene, whatever needs. Whatever needs, whatever can be offered. No judgment. No judgment. It's must say, yo, spent application, social media integrated with all meta, cross radios, Elon Musk, satellites, SpaceX. In a parallel life, I'm a hybrid of Elon Musk, Sheryl Sandberg, and Bill Gates. I'm a hybrid of Elon Musk, of Sheryl Sandberg, and of Sheryl Sandberg, Mark Sheryl Sandberg, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates. I'm a hybrid in that parallel life, where satellites, supercomputers, ICBM, mathematics, score, logic, calculation, supercomputers, micro gadgets, satellites is my universe. In this philosophy, art, poetry, spiritual teachings, physicality, psychosexual teaching, theory, and philosophy, but also brains and muscle in action. Just gonna take a moment to respond to my friend. old friend for many, many years. Schmuck I've met years ago in a library by Providence, in a library, a place of learning. Good friend. Many, many, many years ago, met my friend. A place, a library, a place of learning by Providence. I'm still learning every day, and we met. He says, I don't know what book it was. It was a philosophical. I think it was a book which I've read years and years and years ago. For I said, hey, is that from a quote from the book? And he said, yeah. And then we started talking about books. That one became friends in the library. Anyways, oh, I'm gonna put this off. Yeah. Learning ever since, learning every day. 3:22 p.m. EST. Yours truly. So the citizen integration theory, democratic fusion theory, and debt fusion theory believe at this point in time the best in the application for the implementation. Dragon army to be of security and service. Dancing goddess for pleasure and purpose. Purpose for the environment. Environmental education. To organize dancing for fundraising in order to put music when we clean the environment. Music and dance while doing it. I'm gonna do it with you. That's the green, red, scarlet. I'm be on the ground, like sitting in an office much. Both on the ground, office, east, west, north, south, east, west, south, east, west, north. From Hawk Island, Montreal. Clean the environment, clean the oceans. Environmental education, increasing in better recycling methods and ability, and encouraging the citizens in active participation. Matter of fact, in about an hour and a half, I'm gonna take the compost out. Compost weekly. I was part of the local compost a few years ago when it started. I was had a contract. So worked a few months, small contract, a few in the compost. So yeah, locally. So I brought the bins and stuff, information to the citizens about compost. So I know how, I know about it, I know about recycling. Environmental. Also a psychological, spiritual and philosophical approach to it. And to be the dragon arm of security and service, after securing food, housing and transport for all citizens, supporters, allies, subjects thereof, are the fourth dimension. Services, for example, now 3:24 p.m. in Hawk Island, Montreal, a truck has been driving for 13 hours from Phoenix, Arizona, bringing in food, goods, or vice versa, going from Hawk Island, Montreal to Phoenix, Arizona. It can be either or. They have dragons in Phoenix, Arizona. They have dragons in Hawk Island, Montreal. They have dragon allies, dragon supporters, and lovers. Interconnected with all smartphones, social media, private and public partnership. That truck, man, has been on the field 11 hours. Don't pay him enough. He can't afford. He's got kids. He can't afford a massage therapy. What are you gonna do? Service on the ground. Hey, he texts, man, I've just been on the freaking road for 13 hours, 11 hours. Can a dragon give me a good neck rub for a half an hour? I got you, brother. Here, give me that neck massage. Goddamn, can't afford it. It's $150. Freaking these people are out of their minds, man. They're disconnected. They're paying athletes millions of dollars a year, man. Man, get the NFL, NBA, get them goddamn truckers and farmers a good goddamn massage and washing of their feet. Everybody gotta eat, man. Yeah, people are fucking disconnected, man. Where you fucking live at, man? Gated communities, rappers are living in gated communities, man. Cut the shit out, bro. This system ain't working for most of us. Democracy and freedom for who, man? Uh, I'm not perfect, and I like to get dirty, get back clean, royal, regal, lofty. Universal revolutionary centrism. Dragons east, west, north, south. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, sure, we can be of service. Kids. Ah, mother, father, 7 p.m. Can't cook dinner. The kids are driving crazy. They got too much energy. Dragons, can you please take? I got 3 children, 11, 12, and 13. Take them out for a half an hour, just running, jogging a little bit. Dragons respond. Yep, we got you. Let's go, kids. Let's do some push-ups. Let's do some hogs. Let's do some. Take them in the truck. Go see how everything, something in the big cities, or go in the farm. See how things are done, or go somewhere they didn't go before. Explore Mother Nature, forest, or civilization. Interact. And you do some sports, whatever. Family, parents could use an hour, 2 hours by itself, right? That type of service. All services included on demand with hygiene and consent, hygiene and consent, hygiene and consent. Recorded, social media, whatever, live stream license with Facebook, Instagram. We're gonna secure and ensure freedom. No shame, no guilt. Consent and hygiene. You know? What are the service? And so there's no abuse. You don't ask for a massage every 3 times a day there. 3 times a week. There's no abuse or misuse. You don't fucking abuse my fucking dragons. Just pop, 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 pop. Don't abuse my dragons. Nobody's born a dragon, you become one. Not even yours truly with a surname, Dragon, Dragan. The blood, sweat, and tears to turn that A into an O. I don't even remember my father. And you ask this question: if we have democracy and freedom, if somebody inherits hundreds of millions of dollars from granddaddy, nothing personal against Mr. Trump, still challenging him, we oppose the policies. But don't tell me that of democracy and freedom when somebody inherits hundreds of millions of dollars, where does it start off at? In gated communities, man. With a capital. Start off with hundreds of millions of dollars. You're gonna tell me that that's have the equal opportunity? That's nonsense. It's nonsense. What equal opportunity? We started off with $100 million in the bank. Oh, equal opportunity. Wait, that's delusions, man, delusions. Equal opportunity. Equal opportunity. Equal opportunity. If somebody has millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, when he's becomes an adult, inheritance. There's no equal opportunity there. There's no equal opportunity there. What equal opportunity is there when somebody has inherited hundreds of millions of dollars, or $5 million even a million? That's not equal opportunity for all. Laws of inheritance. I have in the kingdom. And nobody's born a dragon. I'm still turning that A into an O. March 3 days in a row. Leaders of the free world, when's the last time you marched? Where you marched? See you reading from a piece of paper really good. That I can see. You're there in front of the camera reading from a piece of paper. Telling us XYZ, sure, okay, yes. If it would be technical stuff, or I do Coffee with Dragons where I read from Wikipedia and I get informed about the import-export economic commercial system, I got tens and tens and tens of videos just reading. Because that's dedicated to that theme, reading off a piece of paper. Is the dedication is dedicated for that. And sure, some I read. I could spend a whole lifetime reading and not knowing. I don't know. I know nothing. I know. I can do meditation. Let's do a meditation now. How many goods, how many trucks are there just coming in Hawk Island, Montreal? It's a big metropolis area, right? 2.5 million people just on the island proper. South, north and south, there's 4.5 million people. How many trucks with goods or vans with goods going in and out? in the city. Tens, hundreds, maybe 156, 418, maybe 718, maybe 1,000. I'm now crossing the border now, with a huge border between Canada and the United States. Canadian population is close to 38 million, close to 38 million, close to 38 million now. 37.9 million, I believe it is at this point in time. March 24th. Right? How many? The United States. The United States is close to 50 million almost. Right? 350 million people. Mexico is about 125 million, right? Around 115 maybe. North America, about half a billion people. North America. How many trucks? Canada, US, Mexico now, with goods being delivered. Avocados, potatoes, tomatoes, lettuce, all the goods, bread, canned goods, soft drinks, cold drinks, items, clothing. There's thousands of trucks now. Tens of thousands of trucks, east, west, north, south. It's rail, on the rail. Or this meditation of farmers, growing food now, planting, doing all the work. Artists now, some artists, economically, financially, commercially struggling like myself. Some artists have been multi-millionaires. And Kanye West, bro. Got love for you, your song. You don't say Goddess in Donda. Since 2007, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars, man. Gotta give. And don't tell me that we start off at the same level when somebody inherits. Hayden, Mr. Trump, how many millions you inherited? I didn't like that he wasn't honest. I said, hey, listen, I got an inheritance, hundreds of millions of dollars, or tens, or 50 million, whatever, a few million. Start off where? Start way ahead. Don't start the equal opportunity. There's no equal opportunity there. When you get an inheritance from family, inheritance for money or whatever, trust fund kids, right? Motto of the Dragon Army is nobody's born a dragon. Not even myself, with a surname Dragon. The blood, sweat, and tears to turn that A into an O. I'm still turning it. Yesterday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday, marched in steel-toe shoes. 13.3 hours combined. Yesterday, more than 3.5 hours. Tuesday, about 3 hours 45, and Monday, about 4 hours and 50. Check it out on Facebook. Check out videos of me marching. It's only 3 hours marching in the videos because that's the allocated time for the maximum allocated time for any video with this camera that I'm doing the videos, that I'm recording the videos. It's 3 hour max. So that's the marching. You see me marching 3 hours, steel toe boots, got tens of videos, not the more than 30 videos of me marching. Leaders of the free world, when's the last time you marched in steel toe boots? People are disconnected. There's solutions. I'll give the system. I'm not a communist, I'm not a socialist, I'm not a fascist, universal revolutionary centrist. But fact is, since November 6, 1984, I pinpoint that day, November 6, 1984, due to the Ronald Reagan, Reagan. It's pronounced the same, but nobody's born a dragon. I have myself. To be a dragon, you gotta be able to do the General War Integrated Total Body Training System. General War Integrated Total Body Training System. General War Integrated Total Body Training System. General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the Dragon Army workout, which I've done more than 225. You can do it within the rules. You're eligible to become a member of the Dragon Army. You can be an ally, supporter, lovers thereof, but you gotta, to be a dragon, you gotta be able to do that workout. And all orders given the Dragon Army, officially titled International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, must be obeyed. An order will be given that yours truly will not also execute, implement, do. Securing food, housing, and transport. And after that, we work on the fourth dimension, services. Whatever services can be offered. No shame, no guilt. With consent and hygiene, with consent and hygiene, with consent and hygiene. I don't expect dragons to be perfect. I don't expect dragons to not have emotions and feelings. I don't expect my willingly loving allies and armies to not have this. not have cravings, not get lustful, and get an erection. Get an erection. Either you go satisfy or you channel sublimate the sexual energies. Pussy get wet. Pussy get wet, pussy get wet, pussy get wet, pussy get wet, pussy get wet. Boss, what you need? What you do X, Y, Z, Z, Y, X, Y, Z, Y. I need some groceries. Can somebody help me out with the groceries? I live, there's no elevator, live on the 3rd floor. We got you, we got you, we got you. The dragons got you. Let's go. Lift them up, help up. Moving furniture. Consent and hygiene. An all fucking, all loving, all doing fucking army. All loving, all doing, all fucking loving army. And all fucking, all loving, all doing fucking army. Take orders from who? From repressed homosexual generals. Want me to take orders from repressed homosexual generals in the Canadian or US Army, man? Get the fuck out of my face, man. Want me to take orders from repressed homosexual closet generals who are homosexuals in the Canadian or US Army? Fuck out of my face, man. I admit, sword of freedom is too heavy for me to lift it by myself. I got 2 tiny hands, see? We got that out of the way. How are we going to ensure secure freedom? How are we going to do? These politicians ain't going to have my passion. They got more money, PR, public relations agency for private jets, advertising campaign, hire volunteers and bureaucrats and netbots and gadgeties, and they got more money for what else? Suit and tie. Too tight will be for my neck. I have to loosen it up. Channel sublimate and be of service and support 24/7. The Dragon Army. Whatever can be need be done. What need be done? Workout, train, exercise, dance, clean, cook, help a senior citizen to carry the groceries. On the 3rd floor. Alone. 3rd floor is 2 bags of groceries. No elevator. Dragons, east, west, north, south. Help with everything. Everything that builds, maintains, upgrades civilization. Hopefully at least maintain. Love. And consent and hygiene, consent and hygiene, consent and hygiene. All services. No shame, no guilt. All services. Consent and hygiene. That's what's required. Mutual understanding concerning consent and hygiene. Integrated with all social media platforms, radio, telecommunications, whatever services these. Interconnected with webcams, and interconnected with Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, on live stream, webcams, east, west, north, south, secure food, housing, and transport. Food, housing, and transport, food, housing, and transport. A solution. Citizen integration theory, debt refusion theory, and democratic fusion theory. I'm just gonna get last cup of coffee. Last but not least, least last, probably maybe one later on. The dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom as the solution to the existing corporate financial democratic order, because our freedom and democracy has been corporatized and financialized since 1984. I pinpoint that point in time due to the election of Ronald Reagan in the United States, which trickled down economics, well, trickled down. Brothers and sisters, in the patriarchal sports league, CEOs, specifically, first and foremost, the CEOs of the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, and then the players. Be fair, to be fair, to be fair. First the CEOs, then the players. How many mass support have supported says, hey, listen, we're a multi-billion-dollar industry. Look, our sisters, and they play well, soccer, right, basketball, hockey. So we do billion-dollar industries a year, patriarchal. We can give them, you can give them 50 million. Let's give them, man, 50 million. You ever heard? I never heard it. Man, if this is the last video I say I die, I'm gonna die saying goddess, goddess, goddess. Right? A lot of people don't like that. Don't say goddess, don't say goddess. Say God, God, God. You don't have to upset the spirituality of it. Dancing goddess who dances with her brother sun to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes is the motto of the dancing goddess heart. And that's a fact, and everybody gotta eat, don't we? As I marched in the neighborhood of Westmount, multi-million-dollar houses, there's one house there which want to turn into the most loving in the neighborhood. Because although that neighborhood is the wealthiest, richest, most affluent, economically, financially, commercially, that not necessarily by merit or karma, although there is merit and there is karma everywhere. I'm not perfect. Try to be more balanced, but I have some selfishness. I get the lower emotions of jealousy, of a little bit of envy, so that I've dealt with the lowest. I did, man. I still do. I'm not perfect. Everyday refinement and learning and the processing. I admit it, I admit it, I admit it. I'll admit, even though you're on the right, closet, repressed homosexuals, on the left, you don't admit that XYZ, you have racist feelings or whatever, right? In the center, you don't admit that sometimes you're on the right, sometimes you're on the left. Universal revolutionary centrism. Solutions that we gotta focus with. Solutions. I also need help. I also need help. I also need help. My rent's paid right now. Rent's paid. Electricity bill is paid. Half of my phone bill is paid. That trinity of bills. Fourth dimension got food to last me in this 22-day journey. Revolution ritual journey. What I could use right now is a good massage. A good neck rub. Tom Brady. Tom Brady. Tom Brady. We'll use those hands. Gonna rate them on 1 to 10 by moaning. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. On 1 to 10. What do you say Tom Brady's neck rub or $1,000,000 from Tom Brady's salary? I give it to the dancing goddess. 1/3 to my sister, 1/3 to the dancing goddess. Army formation to good dancers, and 1/3 to LGBTQ issues, community services. LGBTQs. I've lost economic, financial, commercial opportunities and wealth and checks due to being perhaps also big. I have a big mouth. I got tiny feet, tiny hands, tiny little androgynous sparkling dick, and I fourth dimension to that trinity of tinies. I got a big mouth. Got some brains and some muscle. Not perfect, far from it. Do some comedy, do some art. But I do believe my solutions are best at this point in time. With all the imperfections and all the XYZs that I do have, I do believe firmly, with firm conviction that all the years of struggle and suffering and many years, 1 foot in the libraries, 1 foot on the streets, reading tens of thousands of books, tens of thousands of pages of theory written, proposed, and I got vices, I got lusts. Shamed, should be ashamed for what? Homoerotic interracial desires that I have. Should I be ashamed of that? Should I be ashamed of my homoerotic interracial desires? Should I be ashamed of my homosexual interracial desires? BDSM switch for world peace. Kanye West. Kanye West. Kanye West marry me for a day. A day marriage in Vegas. BDSM switch. BDSM switch. BDSM switch. BDSM switch. A day marriage. Should be ashamed. We don't like to admit. We assume. We don't like to admit our own ignorance. So many things I'm ignorant of. What's inside this? I know XYZ a little bit about nothing. In that parallel life, I know it inside out. I know how it connects to the telecommunication 5G towers. I know that right now somebody could be recording my voice, probably somebody from Phoenix, Arizona or Texas. Could have been hacked with gadgetry by SMS text. Could have been interpreted and listening to me all the way in Tel Aviv. L'chaim, l'chaim, Am Israel, Am Israel, Am Israel, hi. Am Israel, Am Israel, Am Israel, hi. Am Israel, hi. בבקשה, מה זה? א', ב', ג', ד', ח', ו', ז', ח', ט', י', כ', ל', מ', נ', ס', ע', פ', צ', ק', ר', ש', ת'. החווה אחד, החווה אחד. Be listening. NSO, PS, NSO Pegasus, SMS text. Be listening maybe down there. Man, listen, do dance, do push-ups, squats, hacks. I love you, you love me, I love you sevenfold back. I don't turn the other cheek, may I be avenged sevenfold. Don't turn the other cheek, may I be avenged 77-fold. I don't turn the other cheek, may I be avenged 777-fold. L'chaim. Do firmly believe my theory is best at this point in time. Citizen integration theory, democratic fusion theory, debt refusion theory. Balance the existing global order. The solution to the corporate financial global order. Democratic corporate financial global order, which has been slowly arising since 1984 with the election of Ronald Reagan. Corporate financial global order, meaning multinational corporations and institutions, since 1984 with the election of Ronald Reagan and his implementation of economic policies, financialized the capitalist system, right? We're so much in debt, we pay so much interest. And Dancing God is Dragon Kingdom on all loans, 10% maximum, no more than 10% interest. And debt refusion theory, taking all debt, including my own. If private debt is represented by X, I'm X1, you're X2, and there's hundreds of X's, hundreds of thousands of X's, millions of X's, local, national, international, Canada, US, Germany, Israel, NATO member countries calling Israel Project Genesis 33, Project Genesis 33, Project Genesis 33, Israel to become ASAP the 31st member of NATO, and support the creation of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force and the International Integrated Dance League, the Dancing Goddess Army. It's complementary covenant cooperative institutions for a new world order of world peace, international justice, and security and ensured global freedom. No, I'm right. Stop throwing dirt, poison, and filth in my eye, brother. Again, no more visit his ad. Just ask. To establish these institutions. So debt refusion theory, refusing all private and public debt. My private, if I'm X1 and you're X2 and there's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of X's, I'm X1, 10,000, you're X2, whatever the number of your private debt is. Then the public debt, Canada, US, Germany, Israel, and so on in the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom Alliance. Taking all private and public debt, refusing it, meaning taking that number to credit and create a new global bank. So in the free world, NATO, Israel, 31 countries, and even from Latin America, all willingly loving. Africa and the Middle East to join. The dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. Refusing it, taking that number, with that number, creating the two complementary covenant institutions. And with that number to be the initial infusion of the credit in what is US dollars, the equivalent. The UE, the UE, the UE, the creation of the UE, the universal unit of exchange, integrated across all social media, telecommunications, supercomputers, and the systems that we have, in the public-private partnership with limited interest, 10%, 10%, 10% on all loans, refusing all private and public debt, whatever the number is, to use to credit the initial formation and establishment of the UE by biometrics. The hand, the voice, and the eye are unique biometric identifiers, and thus secure food, housing, and transport for all. And then becoming food, housing, and transport public-private partnership, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, the dragon army, securing food, housing, and transport for the future. And then the fourth dimension, the services, whatever services with consent and hygiene, consent and hygiene, consent and hygiene, whatever can be offered on demand. 1-800 number, applications, smartphones, integrated, Facebook, Instagram, from Hawkeye to Montreal, North America. Solution for a new world order of world peace, international justice, security, and ensure global freedom, and then attaining harmony with civilization and nature. According to me, working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy choice. I have been calling for the mass financing thereof. NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, encourage and mass finance children, youth, especially to work out, train, exercise. Work out, train, exercise. Has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. I do believe it is for many, 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 many. As you all need that initial support, that initial encouragement, that initial and incentivizing it with goods, with services, with goods and services, with goods and services. Since 1984, the corporate financial global democratic order and a corporate financialized democracy across the free world, establishing with multinational corporations, right? CEOs making millions of dollars and shareholders, stocks. And that is the solution. To bring some balance, some harmony, some equilibrium for the future, for the 21st century. The creation of the two complementary institutions, International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, and the International Integrated Dance League. And that yours truly, Adrian Hanna Dragon. This is the call to all, willingly loving, for the solution. As part of the solution, along with other creative ideas, right, to continue to do art, philosophy, all that we have. And then upgrade civilization, only go towards the stars, right, to work together. And the aggression and the violence, we channel it, and we support itself to that security and service dragon army. Right? Sometimes I feel just the emotions, the feelings, the irrational world, they matter. They're important as the logic, as the mathematic. Right? Why I was depressed and suicidal? Maybe because I lacked opportunity, because I lacked love, L-O-V. Right? Because now my rent's paid, electricity bill is paid, half of my phone bill is paid, Trinity. I need love. Right, in the past, during COVID, I analyzed whatever social media work, and I pride myself in not editing, being raw, real revolutionary videos on YouTube. The realest, rawest revolutionary video is on YouTube. Still waiting for the first donation. If you have PayPal. Commission. Right. Analyze the whole effect of social media on myself and on others. That would just want to L-O-V-E, love. Love is also action, right? Right. 1 like, 2, 3 views, 2 likes. or get depressed. Why not get more likes? D. To be loved and to be liked. To be loved. Love is also action. Right, I can use a massage. Tom Brady for world peace. Solutions. A global financial democratic order, because since 1984, corporations are transnational, multinational, international. So the solution is the transnational, international dancing goddess and dragon kingdom, with the two international universal institutions to absorb, integrate the existing institution, United Nations, World Bank, MEF, all of it, the existing. We've right for all and be humanity, brothers and sisters, right? That's the solution part of it, complementary with other solutions, the technical, because of course, 1984 also the rise of the internet, telecommunications in that parallel life. I know everything about it: internet, telecommunications, satellites, ICBM rockets, micro gadgets, undersea water cables that transmit the light beams and the information from computers to computers in that parallel life. I know this life. I know philosophy, poetry, theory, physicality, spirituality, art, the irrational emotional life. Wrote tens of thousands of pages. Still learning every day. 3:58 p.m. We're gonna close in here. Adrian Hunt, I'm Dragon with another rant. Theme, second video, gonna be a third, final one. The solution to the global corporate order is the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom with the complementary covenant cooperative institutions, the Dancing Goddess Army and the Dragon Army. Bring a balance, harmony, equilibrium. Mother Nature and civilization since 1984 have been, of course, corporatized and financialized, and the universal revolutionary centrism, a new world order of world peace, international justice, security, and ensure global freedom, and attain harmony between civilization and nature. Make love tonight, cause life is short. Make love tonight, cause life is short. Make love tonight, cause life is short. Kiss you, hug you, massage, wash.